Right, this is a review of my BMW i3S. So what to look for on these and what problems you can have with these. So this is quite a well-equipped model. What you get with the S, though, is in general is these 20-inch wheels, these side skirts on there, the colour-coded side skirts on the side here, this black insert on the bumper, and it sits I think 10 millimeters lower, and the track is, I don't know, 10 millimeters out as well, and the wheels even make it even wider, something like that, another 20 millimeters maybe. Also has a slightly more powerful motor in it that gives a sort of marginal few tenths of a second better acceleration than the normal one, but the heavier wheels and everything to counteract the additional power a little bit, really. So they're not that far different, really. It's just the suspension is considerably more rock hard. In here there is a small space in there to store things. I store all the cables and bits and bobs, the granny cable, the main cable, and the gunk for if you have a flat tyre. There's no spare in this car. Things to look out when you're... Oh yeah, well, this one's also got the Rex sort of engine in there, and it's a 33 kilowatt car. You can't get the 42 kilowatt with the Rex, just the 33. And as an S, I think they only did this about a year before they went to just complete electric only. But there we are. I do find the suspension a little bit on the tough side, which can be a little annoying, but on bridges, on lumpy roads, it's alright when the road's smooth, but other than that, it is a bit clunky. Things you want to really look for when you're buying an i3 are the three things, really. Maybe leather, full leather. The Carmen Harden stereo unit with this centre speaker and the speakers on the side, plus I think the additional ones here and in the back. I believe that for normal everyday use, the normal stereo system's okay, but there's far fewer speakers than this one. The later models may even have much of this as standard, I think. I'm not sure. There are hearsay that the later versions sound system, the basic version, is quite a bit better than it was on the earlier models. What other things to look for? Also, the sunroof. I'd probably go with that if you can find one. It does sort of make it a little bit more airy in the car, or it's quite enclosed. So they're the three things, really: the sunroof, the enhanced audio system, and leather upholstery. I would say that you can get, most of the cars have got like fabric. There is a sort of half leather option, which is sort of a whiter interior, but it does tend to wear off. The white seems to come off quite a bit easier than the brown does. You can see these seats are just starting to wear. Well, the brown's starting to come off the seats a little. The steering wheel here, this one here, is I would say it's starting to wear on the top here, but this is a good example. It still has some of the grip on it. It's in fine metal. There's a lot of you see them where it starts peeling off here and here around this metal cord. This cord is like the sensor, so it can tell when your hands are on the steering wheel and when you're not. But so this car's done 147,000 miles and it's still functioning fine. It'll do about, it's quite weather dependent. It can do up to about sort of 120 miles on electric only, and another sort of 90 miles on the battery on a good day. And that's dependent on using the heater or using the air conditioning, that's quite significantly impinges on its range. So the batteries do last in these things really very well indeed, I think, really. Barely any degradation I've noticed, really, even after all these miles. Using them is a little bit different because there's no sort of 80% or 100% on the dashboard when you're charging it. It just says plug it in and leave it to do its own thing, which I tend to do and have been doing. It tends to charge it up to what it says is 100, but whether that is or not, because I think there is a little spare capacity that you don't have access to, though with this one at this sort of miles, that's probably now in use. I don't know. Other things that are rare to see, very rare, is this part here. What do you see? These functions here. This is like a sort of a relatively early sort of motorway sort of. You can follow cruise control where it follows the next car, and you can change the distance, how close you go to the next car, and adjust its speed. This one here, which you very rarely see on here, these three, is sort of traffic jam assist, where it will follow the next car. I find these are a bit finicky to use anyway, so I wouldn't really. You've got the normal cruise control here, so I wouldn't see those as a major loss if they're not there. Don't lose any sleep over that. They're pretty not worth the money they cost to install. There's a little button here, the bottom, that switch. You've got the knob for controlling the audio system and controls and things like that. There's a little button on the here which controls it does more functions on the standard version, where it sort of enables the sort of park assist, where the car it will park itself, but that doesn't work on the S models. That's not a feature there. So all that does is turn on and off the sort of graphics, really, that when you're reversing it sort of gives a little bit more of an enhanced display for you. So it's not really a big deal if that's not there, I would say, either. Other than that, it drives very well. I find these cars very easy. I shouldn't necessarily put my age, but they're very easy to get in and out of. They're sort of like half height towards a SUV, so nice, easy to sit into and get out of. They're pretty nippy. They're good on electricity, and they seem to be pretty reliable. They have these back doors. Oh, another thing is this button here to let you in keyless entry, really, which is, if you see these lines on your model, that's another sort of useful function rather than the hassle of pressing a button on your key fob. You can, just with having your keys in your pocket, you can press that and get into your car, or indeed lock it. But another thing these tend to do is get loose. There's a little it's either that one or that one there. I can't remember which one's which. You open, there's a little screw you slightly tighten, and that locks them back in place. It's a very easy thing to do, but quite commonly seen. Don't over tighten it though. It's got these rear sort of suicide doors where you can see the carbon fibre of the structure of the vehicle. This is good in some ways, makes it very light, bad in other ways, and it makes the insurance really quite expensive on these cars. I don't think they really try to repair these vehicles if they have a fault, so you're paying more than like another £150 more for an i3 to have insurance over a more normally structured vehicle. But there's a reasonable room in the back, and for my dad getting in, the doors opening like this, it does make entry, the seat right back, pretty easy. Those MGs are my old MG thing, but not the part there. I said one of their headrest folded down for better visibility, just outside there for my father sitting there. Under the back boot is where the motor is. It doesn't. There is a space. So you've got the electric motor on one side, and then you've got the the motorcycle engine, the sort of detuned motorcycle engine, to provide sort of backup power. It's a little bit audible when it's running, but you haven't much control over it. It just comes on when it gets down to 5%, or if you want it to below 75%, which is your choice. I would say it's reduced. I have no range anxiety with this car. I know I can go 100 odd miles, and if I can't find a charger, and there seems to be this thing that people are chopping off charger cables all over the place now, which is concerning. When you find one, have they been horribly vandalised? I know I can carry on with this car. It'll carry on the motor perfectly fine at reasonable speeds and drive everything. Some people can, it does add extra weight to the car, which is true, which is a problem. So slowing this S down to I think about 7.3 or 7.4 seconds to 60 over the non-Rex engined car, but it also is pretty nippy. So you also get this leather on the dash going all around here. I don't know if it's really sort of sewn, but it got the impression of sewn leather around here. But yeah, it looks quite nice. You won't see that, or maybe this particular type of wood on the models without it. So if I was looking at one, I'd get those three things: sunroof, leather, and what's that? And the radio system, which is reasonably easy to come. Some's far more common on the older models than the later models for some reason, but it is still available if you look around and careful. Anyway, that's my review and opinion on the BMW i3. Still a great looking car after 12 odd years on the road. Okay, bye bye.